Austin, Texas. People there embrace their weird side. The Independent Business Alliance even uses the tagline, "Keep Austin Weird."
The town has a cathedral of junk and a locally famous mural of Jeremiah the Frog, two big dangly eyes periscoping out of the top of its head.
Even though Austin's known for embracing the eccentric, a furniture maker on the edge of town wasn't prepared for the weirdness of a pandemic shutdown.
And he certainly wasn't expecting to walk into his dark factory, flip on the lights, and be standing face to face with two convicted murderers. One man had slit his boss's throat, killed a couple more guys in prison for giving him a hard time. The other had robbed a bank and been part of a murder.
Inside that tiny upholstery operation, there were two men who'd left others without a life. And then there was Brian Morgan, the owner of Austin's Couch Potatoes, nearly in tears at the sight of the two slayers.
What Brian did next is going to make you rethink your business and maybe, just maybe, make you want to be a better person.
I'm Mark Quinn.
And I'm Mark Kinsley. Together, we are Dos Marcos, host of the Galaxy's Greatest Mattress Podcast at mattresspodcast.com.
Brian Morgan's story, his encounter with two killers, is a tale first told on our show. But when the microphone shut off, we started digging deeper and uncovered an unexpected idea that can shape the future of your company.
It was really like putting on a set of magic goggles that truly made us see the world in a new way. Speaking of seeing the world in a new way, let's talk about your oven.
Yeah, that's good. Slow it down. It's got to congeal. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Oh, hey, how are you? Welcome to Kinsley's Kitchen. So you have a really cool apron, and you got me something that looks like my Aunt Sue wears. Thank you for that.
I love your Aunt Sue, number one. And number two, the odds are good since it matches your shirt so closely, you are gonna walk out of my house wearing it, which would make my millennium. And a guy that has this out in the world, out in the wild, is gonna be seen as a party time, good time guy that people wanna be around.
I'll attract that in.
It's all gonna just magnetize
You
it.
would love for me to wear it. I was about to ask Kinsley a question, so I'm glad you're here because I'm gonna ask it in front of you. So Kinsley, what is this?
This is an oven.
That's true, actually, but when we used to do training and launching new mattress programs with retailers, I would ask them a question. And the question was, what do you do for a living? And the answer almost always came back, I sell mattresses or furniture. And I would say, no, that's not the business you're in. The business you're in is sleep and life improvement. Because there's so much more about a mattress than just the item, right? So now Kinsley, with that in mind, what is this?
This is where I make my grandma's old recipes, get them out of the box in the back of the pantry, and for a moment, it feels like we're together again.
I love that. Yeah, you know what? This is for me. I taught my daughter to make my world famous enchiladas, the ones that my son absolutely loves.
Every time I see him eating your enchiladas, he's got a huge smile on his face.
He's smiling every time.
You know, this for me is also where the spiced wine starts filling the smells of the house of Christmas and holidays and all that good stuff. And I'm like, that's when I know family's about to be together again and the memories are about to be made. It's not just an oven.
So it's way more than an oven. You guys, there's purpose in everything that we do. There's purpose in just about every part of our house. And that's what we're talking about, the purpose behind the objects. And it's a lot of fun to think of it that way. So Kinsley, I have a few more. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, Kinsley, so what's this?
This is Buster and this is Jones.
Yeah, I get it. Hi, Buster. Hi, Jonesy. No, I mean, what are we sitting on?
Oh, well, this is where we relax on a Sunday afternoon, put our feet up and just kind of hang out, cheer for the Razorbacks on TV. Hopefully the football team gets a W. That's what this is to me.
Exactly. So it's not the sofa. It's about the memories that we make on the sofa. It's about this piece of furniture being a part of our life. It's the purpose. Okay, Kinsley, so what's this?
This is where I roast marshmallows with the kids, and after we go out sledding on a snowy day, we gather around the fire and warm up, and we hang our stockings for the holiday season. How am I doing?
Perfect. Okay, Kinsley, final exam. What is this?
This right here is my bread's best friend, and when I wake up in the morning and I just want to get my day going.
Just a toaster.
Fine, just a toaster, okay?
Just a
You trying to
toaster.
throw me off
No,
here?
I mean, you know, there's a limit, right? But these are not just shot glasses.
Now these are indestructible, Dos Marcos, tequila shot glasses that I can break out at any moment to celebrate life with my friends, and I think we should get that celebration underway right now.
Right now, let's go. Pour us some tequila, the official beverage of the Dos Marcos podcast. These are so indestructible, you can actually take your golf ball, turn them upside down, and hit them off of a tee.
Do you have a toast lined up for us?
I think I do. How about this? How about here's two toasters finding their purpose.
Cheers. This doesn't leak at all.
Not once.
Except out of this end right here.
The big hole. When a person walks into your store, they're almost always going through some sort of transition.
Maybe they bought a new house or just moved to town, got a divorce, or maybe they went horseback riding and that stinking palomino knew that branch was too low and it was going to sweep that person right off its back into the dirt, right into the ground in front of them, or behind them, whatever.
That's pretty specific. Friend of yours?
Yeah, I mean, whoever had that happen to him was very lost, as you can tell.
Right. Every transition creates an opportunity to amaze or disappoint. It's a tiny gap where you can fulfill or fail. We believe you win in the transitions. Transitions come in all different forms. When a person pulls into your store parking lot and walks from their car door to your front door, that's a transition. When a customer is in your store and finalizes their purchase decision, that's a lull, a little trough of a transition. And most of all,
the transitions are ignored because we're only thinking about sales presentation or checkout or delivery. We forget to focus on the moments in between, and that is where the magic happens.
Those are the little transitions, but you can win in bigger, more personal transitions, like when someone's moving to a new house or starting a new business and needs office furniture. Transition in people's lives gives you the opportunity to transact or transform.
Transacting means you take their money and give them a product in return. Transforming means you begin a true relationship that enhances that person's life in a meaningful way. Transitions give you the opportunity for transactions or transformations.
Make no mistake about it, the transformation economy is coming. It's the next phase beyond where we are right now, inside the experience economy.
Let's turn to birthday cakes to explain the progression of economic value.
And we're gonna talk about your mama.
In 1940, your mama went to the store, bought flour, eggs, and milk, and mixed it all together to make a birthday cake for you.
Then in 1947, Betty Crocker came along with cake mixes that combine these commodities and shorten the time it took for your mama to make a birthday cake.
Then your mama started buying pre-made birthday cakes.
You saying my mama bought pre-made birthday cakes?
I mean, the one from Dairy Cream, that ice cream cake.
That is pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah, I do like those. The progression of economic value went from I buy the raw materials to someone packaged it up to boom, it's already made for me.
Now you might expect the progression of economic value to stop at buying a fully made birthday cake, but there's another layer to this red velvet delight.
That is right. Today, your mama rents out the trampoline park or Chuck E. Cheese, and the cake is included for free as part of the overall experience.
Yeah, but for some, the best retailers in the world, the experience is everything. In our new book, we have a case study about Jordan's, the New England-based furniture chain. They're experienced superstars, restaurants and ice cream shops and laser light shows, dancing waterfalls, indoor zip lines, rock walls, IMAX theaters, and more.
They are like the spiral gumball machines of the furniture world.
Yeah, I think those are fun.
They are really fun.
Yeah.
They go round and round and round and round, and guess what? That's the most inefficient and slowest way on the planet to get a piece of gum.
Yeah, but people don't care, do they? They really don't, because they'll pay for the experience. It's not just about getting your furniture as fast as possible. And remember that the experience matters because you don't get a shot at transformation unless you have a solid experience to build on.
So what you're saying is that we get to become Transformers?
Yeah.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise. Autobots face their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. I mean, where were you at on that, Quinn?
Wow, that was like way over the top.
And that's what, look, but transformation and the transformation economy, it's all about customizing experiences for a person, because when you give them exactly what they need right now, you're gonna change that person in some way.
It's true. Now take karate, for example. Karate is an experience, but these martial arts teachers realize the transformational power of their offering. Sure, kids come in wanting to break bricks with their head or learn how to kick bullies in the face, But what they end up learning is self-respect, self-control, peace, and discipline. Karate is an experience where kids can transform.
Those senseis are in the business of guiding transformations.
And breaking boards.
You want to do this right now?
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Come
All
on,
right,
grab it.
let's
Here we go.
But buyers of transformations, they want to be guided toward a permanent change. When people come in to buy a new mattress and they're not sleeping well, they're there because of a transition in their life. Your competition will sell them a mattress. Everybody can do that. But you should be the karate teacher and guide them towards a transformation.
In the transformation economy, people won't buy a car unless it actually makes them a better and a safer driver. They won't buy furniture and mattresses unless it can transform their mood and their space in some meaningful way. With a mattress, they're definitely going to want to experience deeper rest.
No doubt about that. And you probably heard of Nicorette gum, right? Early on, only 24% of their customers kicked the habit. That'd be a terrible stat for any business out there. Our product fails 3 out of 4 times.
So the company created the Committed Quitters program. You like that, Committed Quitters?
I like that.
The smoker would have an upfront conversation with a representative from Nicorette, talk about their habits, talk about their obstacles to quitting, that sort of thing. Nicorette then sent them letters and brochures and tip sheets and followed with phone calls and text messages. Sounds like they're using Podium, right?
No doubt.
This guided transformation improved their success rate by 100%.
That's pretty darn good. And your job in the transformation economy will be diagnosing your customers' aspirations, staging transforming experiences, and following through this sale. That'll only be the beginning for you.
That's right, the sale is the starting line. For instance, let's talk about selling a mattress versus sleep coaching. Let's just riff on it.
Let's go. Marketing on how to sleep better. You bring in sleep specialists, for instance. Instead of just selling a bed, you have people come in and they get coached on how to sleep better.
Get out of your 4 walls. Give speeches at schools. Talk to kids about sleep. Talk about cutting out caffeine. Talk about the impact that makes on your life and all the small decisions that lead to a better night of sleep.
And you know what? It's not just kids. Seniors, they change the way that they sleep. Sleep impacts older people differently. What about going to assisted living centers? How about moms? How about business people? Why is sleep important for them? Everybody can benefit from sleep coaching and that kind of transformation.
I know for a fact moms and dads with babies are trying to find schedules and sleep tips and ideas on how they can get the baby to sleep and how they can get better rest as well. And it's not just your mattress. It's not just your sleep space. I mean, look at the kitchen. Look at your oven. It has meaning behind it. It's a chance to create relationships with people beyond the sale.
You know, my friends at Dward & Bodie, right, in the Northwest, they have this awesome store where they have this kitchen set up and they have a mirror, right, slanted on the ceiling so you can, if you're watching, you can actually see people cooking. Why not do that? But what a great place to bring moms in with their daughters and teach them how to bake cookies for Christmas time. It could almost become a tradition.
What about a date night? You have a local chef that people love, so you highlight that person's audience that loves their food. Bring them in, teach people how to make those recipes. Do it on Valentine's Day, make an experience out of it, because the oven that's at home is one you can show them how to cook on within your store and make it fun, make it experiential.
It's so true. And you know what? Food, it's not like for some people, cooking is just something you have to do just to eat, right? But why not take it and help them understand the transformation from cooking food in your kitchen into understanding the impact of food on your life, how to be a healthier eater, how it can help you actually be a healthier person. And so make it something that's joyful, make it about art, make it about a transformation from being a cook into being a chef.
And after you have a great meal, sometimes you want to go sit in front of that home theater experience.
Oh boy.
You know what I'm talking about? But a lot of people want to sell a TV, they want to sell a surround sound system, but they don't understand that that could be the beginning of a relationship with somebody. What if you made a giant studio within your environment with all these amazing TVs, but then you tapped into the local arts community to get people to submit videos around a certain theme. Then people come in and they watch it on that amazing equipment that you sell.
And it's easy to do, actually, just give people an idea, right? So we want you to do a theme about driving and not texting, right? So you give them the idea, you give them a location to shoot at, you give them a couple thought starters, and then before you know it, everyone's got their own little indie film. They come into your store to watch that. They bring their family, they bring their friends, they bring the community. You give them some kind of an award, right? But now you got all that traffic, people in your place, and it takes it from being a home theater experience into a transformation of, hey, I could take this whole thing here in your store and I could become my own little filmmaker.
Whether it's your mattress, your oven, or your home theater system, each of these product sales is the beginning. It's a chance to start the relationship. And we're not talking about one-off promotions with going out and talking to kids about sleep, or putting on a cooking demonstration, or bringing people in for an arts event. This is not a one-time thing. We're talking about a strategic approach that can begin with the sale. The sale is the starting line.
And that is the beginning, to his point. So think about this, everybody. The game you play should be different in a very big way than the game everyone else is playing. Think about everyone else in your market. They're not playing the game we're talking about playing. And if you look at your business differently, you find the purpose in what you do, and you look for those opportunities, not just to create experiences, but to create transformations. That's when you win, and that's when you get paid, and that's when the word of mouth is so big. We talk about that, right, in our book. That's when the word of mouth gets so big, you almost don't even have to advertise.
And we live right now in people talking about the experience economy, but what we're telling you is the experience is your ticket. It is the gateway.
So let me tell you a quick story. We were doing some consumer research, and a guy named Alex was having some problems. He had back pain, and office ceiling fell in on top of this guy and injured his back. For an entire year, he was sleeping in his recliner because he was in so much pain, and no one ever took the time to really help him understand the role the mattress played in his life. So we got him a new bed, and he slept every single night pain-free. He got out of the recliner, he got married. He was so worried about going into his marriage and not sleeping in bed with his wife. He was rolling tears down his cheeks as he was telling us the story, because no one took the time to help him understand the importance of a bed and the importance of sleep to his life. The products that we sell have meaning. Consider it from their perspective. Forget the fact that doing some sleep coaching in your department could be really great to generate traffic. Consider the impact on your customer when you take the time and you really help them understand what they're about to do, which is not to replace their old bed, but it's to help them understand sleep and how they can actually live a better quality of life.
Another story, who would have thought you could find meaning within a fast food chicken restaurant? But we talk about this in our book, Come Back to Bed. There was a guy up in Olathe, Kansas, ran a Chick-fil-A, and his competitors across town were talking about price, and they were talking about promotions, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna change the narrative. I'm gonna have daddy-daughter date night, and I'm gonna have these fathers and these little girls who live sometimes worlds apart come together for a magical little evening with a strolling violinist and white tablecloths and just a chance to make a memory around a chicken sandwich. And dozens of dads and daughters signed up, and it became so popular that now it's a consistent event, and Chick-fil-A's all across the country have adopted it. You see, it's all about creating meaningful connections to your consumers, not just one-time promotions, deep, meaningful connections.
And you know what? Now, doing what he talked about, you're not just part of their process to go eat a sandwich, you're part of their memory, and you're part of their tradition.
Just like Betty Crocker commoditized cocoa and flour, then finished cakes commoditized Betty Crocker, so too will experiences become commoditized.
Companies will use experiences to transform customers. And to do this, brave companies will have to ask their customers' employees to suffer. Because up until now, profits have come from eliminating pain or unhappiness. Transformation requires a certain amount of pain and sacrifice.
If you're going to truly help someone sleep better, they'll have to give up caffeine afternoon, eat healthier, exercise, stop fiddling with their phones an hour before bedtime. For a lot of people, this is suffering and sacrifice.
Instead of pretending to take away their pain, in the transformation economy, you're going to ask them to join you on this journey. And it's one that's not entirely pleasant.
And it's a shift in thinking that requires real chops, true wisdom, and a culture of serving and guiding. That culture of transformation starts within your four walls. Now you might be wondering about our friend Brian Morgan, who is facing those two murderers.
And what happened that silent Sunday morning in Austin, Texas. Brian is the owner of Austin's Couch Potatoes, a 3-store chain with its own upholstery factory.
It's a building a little bit like this. And when the COVID shutdown sent workers home and uncertainty became the new normal, Brian and his crew figured out how to use their fabric laser cutter to make masks.
People from medical facilities and others started messaging and calling, saying they desperately needed masks and PPE.
Even though everyone had been sent home, Brian messaged his team and said, if anyone is willing to show up at the factory, we're going to start making masks and giving them away to anyone in need. The next day, only 2 people showed up, and both were convicted murderers.
You see, Brian believes in transformations. He believes in forgiveness and healing, and he believes in giving people another chance.
Those 2 convicted murderers worked for Brian, and they had transformed. Through belief in the community created by a bunch of Austin couch potatoes, these 2 men now had jobs and purpose in a group who believed in true transformation, not eternal punishment.
These guys, John and Fred, were given nothing more than a bed at a transitional center a few miles away from the Couch Potatoes factory.
And now they both have housing, vehicles, connections to family, and Fred even branched out to start his own private high-end upholstery shop.
You might be asking, what's in it for me? Why invest in a culture of transformation makers?
Brian had a choice. He chose a difficult path, helping convicts, giving them a job, opening his doors in his life to all the risks that come along with employing former prisoners.
But look at the payoff. Not only did those 2 men show up during a time of need, their example brought others back to work, and ultimately the people of Austin's Couch Potatoes made more than 1 million pieces of PPE, and in the process, very likely saved lives. The Couch Potatoes story was told by dozens of media outlets, and their message was broadcast to hundreds of thousands of people who saw the heart behind the business.
What's in it for you? Maybe that's the wrong question, because 2 men found a family. The actions of a couple of convicts inspired others to serve. More than 250 regular people dusted off their sewing machines around Austin and started making masks from home. 1 million pieces of PPE to save lives, and a deeper, more connected community than ever before.
Oh, and if you're interested in paying the bills and making profits, Austin's Couch Potatoes is the largest independent furniture store in the city, and they're about to launch a 100,000 square foot property called the Furniture Mall of Texas, and we believe that that's no coincidence.
We want to thank you for spending time with us. We love independent retail, we love Nationwide, and we love this industry.
And we love tequila.
We love tequila.
So, every single speech we've given, if you're Dos Marcos, you got to take Dos tequila shots. So that's what we're going to do, and it's for you. Are you ready?
All right, we got to do our official cheers, okay? It's our
Here
toast.
We go. Let's go.
Here's to great sleep.
And to living your best life. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.